that sounds terrible. Life changing. I'm excited. I hate it. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So we've officially reached the point of the dining room makeover where I can no longer avoid this table. I've tried just about everything, but I can no longer avoid this table. I don't know why, but it just scares me so bad to work on this table. Like, almost as much as I was scared of painting the staircase. But after doing a bunch of projects in the dining room, it actually has gotten a little less scary because this thing sticks out like a sore thumb now, where before it matched. So like, it's a little less scary to work on it. Plus I have nothing else to procrastinate on, so here we are. So I had Josh help me bring it out this morning, and we put it up on little wheels that I got at a flea market for $7. I got the set, and I was like, I could use one of those, so I can easily like move it around by myself without like scooting it around. So that's awesome. Also, even though yes, I am like already sweating like a pig, it's actually a much less humid day today than it has been in 2 weeks. So that's awesome. We're not supposed to get any rain. I really hope that we don't get any rain. And yeah, the paint actually has a shot of drying today. So I really want to get started and hopefully, you know, with everything on my side, hopefully knock this table out. So the first step is we need to actually scuff sand this. So I am not planning on sanding this down to bare wood for a couple of reasons. One, that sounds terrible. Two, I am really certain that the top is a veneer. We had a place that chipped, and I can actually see under it and see that it's a veneer. So I don't want to risk sanding through it, burning through that. And then also, I have a very specific look in mind for this table, and currently the top and bottom don't match. And I just don't think even if I sanded the top down that I could get the two to be the same, so they would never stain the same. So I don't even really want to play that game. I am not talented enough at flipping furniture for that. Like, this is not my specialty. If you've ever watched me flip furniture, I hack at it. Like, I have no professional system. Like, it's just not my thing. I don't know why, because I really kind of struggle with perfectionism in pretty much every other area in my life, to a fault. Like, it's not good. Like, it really holds me back. But so I struggle with that in like every other area of my life. But when it comes to flipping furniture, I'm like, worst case scenario, we try again. So here we are, and we're gonna hack at it again. So we're gonna scuff sand this so that it is ready to accept primer. I really just need to get this shiny finish off the top. And then I don't even think there is a finish on the base. I'm sure there has to be some kind of sealer or top coat, but it really feels very raw to me. So it's not like the top where it has like a top coat finish. So we're gonna scuff sand it, just get it ready for some primer and move forward that way. Yeah, so this whole thing right here is veneer. I don't know why I didn't see it sooner. You can actually really see it right here. This is a very thin veneer. So I have no idea what this is. Maybe this is the only solid part of this table, but the top and this is all veneer. So I think we're making the right choice on not burning through it. Now that I got all the flat surfaces scuff sanded, so the top and these sides here, I actually ordered, this was my friend Abby's idea. So she has this hack where you can actually order the foam pads to go on any sander. So I just ordered these foam pads on Amazon, and y'all, this sander is literally like a $20 sander from Walmart. And the pad just attaches to your sander. So now I have a foam pad, and then you can just put your sandpaper on top of that. So that's what I want to use for the curves of the table here, and also for the legs, to give it a good scuff sand without flattening out all the curves. All right, so we got it all sanded down, all scuff sanded, and I'm just gonna wipe it down to get all the dust off, and then we are going to attempt my first time of spraying anything, because I got a new paint sprayer. So there's only one place on this table I actually plan on fixing, like the dents, scrapes, bumps, things like that, and it is this place where the veneer has come off. So I've actually been saving the piece, and I'm gonna glue it back down the best I can, and then we'll probably wind up sanding over it again. I probably should have done this previously, but we're gonna go ahead and glue this back down just to fill in that area, and then we'll get to painting. But the rest of it I'm gonna leave because I think it will add to the like overall kind of like rustic look that I'm going for, but I definitely don't want this like hunk of veneer out, so we're gonna fix this. You're just gonna have to excuse the lighting in this entire video because the sun is just doing its own thing. But I thought while we are waiting on the place on the table to dry, we could unbox my new paint sprayer. So this is the HomeRite Super Max, and it came highly recommended from multiple of my furniture finishing friends who are like professionals. Like, they do it for a living. They're very good at it. They don't just hack at it like me. But they all recommend this one, especially for beginners. And even though a lot of them have upgraded to like much fancier sprayers, I still see them reach for this one a lot. So I thought it was a great place for me to start. They say it's very beginner friendly and that it does a really, really great job. So I thought we could unbox it. And we're gonna use it to get a really, hopefully, because it's user error, but we're going to use it to try to get a really great finish on this table since we are painting it. And I really was hesitant about painting a dining table just because of the wear and tear, but hopefully this turns out really good. So what's great about this is that it's electric, so all you have to do is plug it in. And something else that I really loved about it when I saw them sharing it is that there's basically only one control, and that's paint flow. So there's not like a bunch of settings that you have to mess with. Also feeling it, now there's not paint in this or anything in this yet, but the unit itself is really lightweight. So I could see myself actually being able to use it, and it actually fits in my hand pretty good. So I'm really actually excited to use this now. All right, it did also come with like a little thing to clean it, and I think a different tip. Maybe I should read the instructions. That would probably be smart. This is cool because basically in between coats, or like if you wind up having extra paint left over, it comes with a lid so you can just keep it. And I think that is pretty neat. And it also doesn't look like it has a whole lot of like intricate places to clean, and I appreciate that because that was kind of my biggest hesitation with the paint sprayer. So all right, I guess I'm gonna read the instructions, and we're gonna get this filled up with some primer while we wait on our table to finish getting ready, and hopefully we'll be spraying primer in just a few minutes. What I don't know is how much I need, because I don't want to put too much in there when I'm just doing the table. I don't know how quick it'll go. I know I need to thin it down with some water. I'm kind of just going to go for it and test and play around on this piece of cardboard and see if I can't get it right. life-changing. I'm definitely gonna need more paint in there though, so I'm gonna finish mixing up a pot of that basically, and anything that's left over, maybe we'll do a second coat of primer, I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited. So, did y'all see that butterfly? It's like, it won't leave me alone around here. Holy cow. It's incredible. So I separated the leaves out just a little bit so that way they're fully covered. And I guess now is when we give it a go. One coat done of primer. I'm officially nervous. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. I guess what I'm gonna do is wait for this coat of primer to dry. Probably do a second coat of primer, but I'm probably gonna scuff sand in between. Do a second coat of primer before doing our base color. And it's already dry. It's already dry. Like, obviously it's probably not cured yet, but it's already dry. I may love this thing, because I am not patient when it comes to waiting between coats to paint, and so like I never get the best finish, but that might be changing. I'm doing a really fine grit sandpaper, and I'm using my sponge pad again, just for like a very gentle coat in between. Literally was able to sand it within 15 minutes. And I think that's a testament to the sprayer's evenness and the thinness of its coat, and then also to primer. So that's awesome, because it's so bonded to that table already that it's like not coming up. So that's awesome. I have a little bit of primer left. I think I'm gonna try to use this for one more good coat of primer, then sand it again, and then we're gonna swap over to our base coat of paint. Alright, I don't think I've talked a lot about what I'm actually going to be doing to the table, because you know I'm not just painting it white. I paint everything black. So like obviously like that's not what we're doing. So we're going to be doing something similar to what we did on the cane on the chairs by doing a base coat and then adding the gel stain over top. But for the table, I want the table to be a lighter, more, I don't know, I guess like Pottery Barn-esque finish. Just something lighter. I need it to be a contrast to all the dark that's going on. So I chose this Nomadic Desert. It's a very, very, very light tan. And I'm hoping with a lighter base than what we did on the chairs, the table itself will turn out lighter. Also, there's a lot less cracks and crevices for the gel stain to get into, so I think overall it'll be a much lighter finish, but it should take us back to more of that natural wood tone at least. So the whole tone of the table is about to change when we put this on. That took me maybe 10 minutes. and it's covered. And it looks better than anything I've ever brushed or rolled on. This might be my new favorite thing. So that is first coat of our Nomadic Desert, which is our tan color. I'm gonna go back at least one more coat, if not two. But I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna do the same sanding. Then I'm gonna do a coat, and then we're probably gonna stop sanding between coats after coat number 2 of this. But yeah, I'm really excited now because the gel stain's when it's gonna come alive. You can tell how humid it is out here. Look at my hair curl. Do you see this? That's crazy. I have been waiting for my table to dry for probably half an hour, 45 minutes maybe. And it is dry and the top feels really great. So it is time to put on the gel stain. So this is actually the exact same gel stain I used on the chairs, which I think will be really good because even though the base is lighter, so they're gonna look different, they'll be in the same family. So I'm gonna actually use the sock method because I think that it'll give me the ability to kind of, I don't know, create movement without actually creating brush strokes. The last thing that I want is like that faux wood look. Like I don't want that. I just want it to feel warm and have like those tones, but I don't want like a faux wood pattern in it. You know what I mean? So anyway, I think I'm gonna use the sock method, and I'm basically gonna use it also just kind of as a glaze. So the top is probably going to be the most challenging part to create the look I want, because around the base and the legs, I'm probably just going to, you know, put it into the cracks and kind of just add some shadowing and depth to it. The top is where I'm going to have to actually make a pattern. So anyway, I got my gel stain. I'm going to stir it up, and I'm also going to pull out my inspiration photo to kind of look at, to kind of help me with that top part. I think I'm just going to go for some long lines across the top, and ooh, I need to actually push the table back together because I still have it separated from where I was painting. So I need to push the table back together so that way I can create one continuous long pattern, because we always keep the leaves in. So this is what I'm going for. I think I can do it. I mean, if you look, it's really just some like darker zones around the legs and around like the crevices and things, and then just like some movement. So I think I can make it work. But we need to get this stirred up. We need to get our table back together and get a move on, because the sun is quickly setting and I still need to do this, which may take me a little while since this is by hand, and I need it to dry well, and then I need to be able to apply probably like 2 to 3 top coats. So yeah, there's a lot to do still before the day is done, so we need to get a move on. What do we think? Can we see the vision at all, or am I nuts? I may have to go in with a brush and get really deep in there because I can't get it with this sock, but I don't know if I'm sold just yet. And it's not so much the finish or like the pattern that I don't like. I think we can make that work. It's almost like, maybe it's just my brain playing tricks on me, but like the tones, and this is totally my fault, but like this stain almost feels like purple out here, and I don't know why, but I don't love that. And then because it feels purple, the tan feels really yellow, and like the color just doesn't look right. I don't know. Maybe once I do the whole thing and then like keep working at it, it'll be better. Okay, full transparency, this is not going how I planned at all. I hate it. I mean, it looks like a toddler was told to try to draw wood. Like, and they probably would do a better job, to be honest with you. Like, it looks terrible. The only way that I can think to save it is to basically cover the entire thing in this glaze, and then to go back over with a wash of the paint and with a paint brush where I may have a little bit more control, especially crossing the lines. Because basically what's happening is this is fine as long as it's wet, and then the moment that it runs out, it smudges it, and then it just looks terrible, and then it drags it, and it's just terrible. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and cover this with the glaze because this is the color I need. And then we're gonna have to go back over it with a paintbrush and try to make some magic happen. I'm like embarrassed. Like I could cry right now. It looks horrendous. And I'm not even confident that we can actually fix it. And I'm getting tired, and I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know where to start with this. Last night, after I left you, I went and had a good cry because I just didn't know what to do. And I still didn't know what to do by the end of last night. What I wound up doing was taking every spray, paint, stain that I had in my stock to continue to add layers to this table and just piling it up. Like I didn't even care at this point. I was just slapping it on, just trying to make it go away and be better. It's better, but it's terrible. Like, it's just not as terrible. It doesn't make me want to cry when I look at it now, but like, it's still bad. And so I don't know what to do. Like, this is pretty much a failure of this DIY. And normally when a DIY fails, because it happens, it totally happens. But normally when a DIY fails, I have a backup plan. And that backup plan is usually to paint it black. Like, there's not really a solid color that I would want to paint this table. This table needs to be special. It needs to have character. And it can't be black because everything else in that dining room is already black. And I just truly am at a loss and have zero ideas on how to fix this table. So where it's at now has a million layers of paint, and it's just like this weird tan color, and it's super splotchy because some of like the other stain and stuff is coming through. Like, it's so bad. And it's probably fixable. Like, the table itself is fixable. It would look awesome painted black. Like, I could sand it down and paint it black with my new sprayer, and it would look fantastic. But it can't be that in our dining room with the direction that I've gone. So like, I just feel really stuck with it. And so I'm just out here last night with every paint and stain I had, just slapping it on, just crying, and just like, it was just terrible. And so I went to bed last night, still really upset about it. Not because the DIY failed, but because I just like have no resolution or plan going forward. Like, I just didn't know what to do. I'm scrolling Pinterest in bed, just like crying, like don't know what to do, because it's the last piece to the dining room, you guys. So like this is now holding up finishing the dining room, and so like that's upsetting. So I'm scrolling Pinterest and trying to find some kind of finish, some kind of paint, like something that will spark inspiration. And what I found was a picture of a table with a tablecloth on it. And I turned to Josh and I was like, should I just get a tablecloth? And I'm like half crying, half laughing. And he's like, it's not a bad idea. And it feels like my only option right now is to find a really cool tablecloth. Maybe layer some linen, I don't know, something. Yeah, we're gonna go do some retail therapy. It's not often that I give up on a DIY, but I think this table might have broke me. It feels like giving up, and I hate that. And I don't want to disappoint you when I'm sure you were excited to see like how I could transform this table. Sometimes the DIY fails, and this is just one of those times, and I just don't have a good backup plan, and I'm not happy about it. But it could take me days, weeks, it could take me months before I have a new idea of how to fix this table. And I want my dining room back. We're so close to finishing it, and like I just don't want to wait on that when I'm not even positive that an idea will come. So we're gonna go with the tablecloth idea, and we're gonna go do some retail therapy together to get through this failure of a DIY. And yeah, I'm really sorry, you guys, but I just don't have any other ideas. I'm exhausted. I'm at a loss, and so we're gonna go find the best tablecloth that we can find, and we're gonna dress up this table, and we're gonna make it look as amazing as it possibly can in this incredible dining room. And that's just what we're gonna do. Okay, y'all, it was a madhouse in there. I don't know if everyone's just trying to get stuff for like college dorms, or if everyone's like going crazy for fall, because I had a bunch of fall stuff. But it was a madhouse. I was able to find a few things. I'm not positive if it's gonna work or not. My table, we keep both leaves in, so it is an 8-foot long table, and it's very hard to find tablecloths that are that large. But I also want it oversized and to like hang to the floor, and like I just want it to be really, I don't know, beautiful and decadent. And yeah, I just had a hard time finding that. So what I decided to do instead was I got the largest like linen tablecloth that they had, and this one should at least cover the table and hopefully drape a good bit too. It's very light because we are going for that light and bright. But I found these placemats that have like a lot of texture, and they're like a very deep, rich brown, and I thought that they pulled the linen out of this. And then, I probably didn't need all this, but I'm just trying to make myself feel better after this table, okay? Then I found these napkins, which are like a linen-y texture, but more of a brown color. And I thought that layered together, the three would be really, really pretty. I hope, because this table needs to be pretty. So yeah, anyway, that's what I wound up getting. It was a good price on all of it, but all together, y'all, this stuff can get expensive. But I also had a battle because they've already switched everything over to fall. So like all the tablecloths were like ghosts, pumpkins, like haunted houses. It's like, I don't know. I guess to each their own, and it's fun for like a party or like a theme. But as far as just like, you know, seasonal decor for your home, like I just don't know how you want to live with that. It just feels like a kid's room. So anyway, I was able to get 8 placemats, 8 napkins, and the large tablecloth for about $70, which that's more than I wanted to spend, especially when I've already spent, y'all, I spent probably $70 on like materials in order to do this table to start with. And that doesn't include the sprayer I got. Now, the sprayer I can use for other stuff. and I have a lot of that material left. I'm sure I will use it somewhere. It's just really disheartening. Now I'm debating, because I've already splurged a bit on this, I'm debating about going to Hobby Lobby to see if they still have any of their spring stuff on sale, because if they do, I would love to like zhuzh up the table a little bit more and just see what we can find. So we might go do that. Plus, I need more retail. All right, let's do a little decor haul of what I found. This was not what I had planned at all for this video, but here we are. So basically, I got a bunch of stuff for the dining room. Let's start with what we went out for, and that is a tablecloth. So it's really hard to see on camera because it gets washed out. It's got a lot of depth to it, and I just think it's really pretty. And it should be big enough for our dining table, but I don't know if it's gonna be big enough to actually like drape and cover both sides, but this was our best shot. So my inspiration for tablecloths was actually to do like a very big drapey linen, and then also potentially double layer. I didn't find anything that I thought was worth double layering though. I just had a hard time with it. So instead, when I saw these, which are a beautiful chocolate brown that I thought would warm up everything, but also bring a little depth to this so it's not like so bright and shiny in here. So I got these, and I thought this would pull the depth out of this. And then also, I have been looking for a set of placemats because I don't own a set of 8, which is how many places we have. And I have not been able to find a set that I wanted to like commit to until I saw these. There's just something so simple, but also textured about these. I just feel like they're going to be really classic. And I don't know why, but I've never been able to commit to any until today. And this is what I wound up with. So I got 2 sets of these for a total of 8 of them. And I thought that they were going to be beautiful on top of this tablecloth and like add that depth that I was kind of looking for. And then I found these, which are also a linen napkin set of 8, but they're kind of in between the chocolate brown and the linen color. I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of like a little trio of browns and tans. And I just thought that the combination of them would all work so beautifully together. So that is what I got for the table as far as tablecloth, napkins, that kind of thing, even though I didn't really need napkins. Oh well. The retail therapy was going hard today. So that's what I got from Home Goods. And I kind of got lucky with that, to be honest with you, because when I went in there, everything was fall. So like the whole section of tablecloths, it was very hard to find something that did not have like a cartoon pumpkin, a cartoon ghost, or a haunted house, or like, I don't know, it just, everything was over the top fall, or it was a fall plaid at a minimum. It just, not what I was looking for. So I got very lucky that I was able to find some like year-round stuff. Then I went to Hobby Lobby, and I was actually hoping to see if they had any tablecloths, like a smaller size that I could layer on top. And they just didn't have anything that like caught my eye. I also wanted to look in the fabric to potentially just buy a piece of fabric, which I may still do in the future, but for this, I didn't see anything I wanted to commit to. This was so sudden of a switch. I feel like I would need to think through if I was going to purchase fabric in order to like make a topper. So I let that idea go. And instead, I went back over where the kitchenware was, where I went last time when I was looking for fabric for the chairs. I almost did it last time, and I did it this time. And I got a new set of dishes. So these were on mega sale because they're part of the spring collection, and they're actually cheaper this time than they were last time, so I'm glad I waited. So this is a set of 4. It comes with a bowl, salad plate, and dinner plate. It was originally $54. They were 75% off, and so I was able to get 2 sets, so 8 of each for like 30 bucks. So cheaper than what half of it used to be. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm quite excited because we didn't need plates and dishes and things. Like, we have some, but I don't don't have a batching set of 8, so like if we ever wanted to have people over, I wouldn't be able to give them all like a set, you know? So I kind of want to unbox these and just see the colors of them. So, oh, is that not the prettiest little bowl? Look at that. So the color is actually really similar to the napkins I just got, if that gives you any kind of idea. Because I know this is hard to tell, but if you remember, this compared to this, and on top of this. I'm so excited! Okay, I got a set of this, and I will probably wind up just replacing ours and keeping half in the cabinet and then keeping half in here. I love these bowls because they're a little wider around than the ones we're used to, but they're not quite as deep. So they're just, I can see myself eating a lot of my meals out of this bowl because it's kind of like the little plates with edges. That's what I really wanted, to be honest with you, and why I was hesitant on this set last time is because I've really been wanting a set of plates that have like the little edges. If you know, you know. Like the ones that have kind of a bowl, kind of a plate. These are pretty much just a typical plate. They do have a pretty large lip, but I mean, stunning. I am so excited. My only regret now is the fact that my napkins match so perfectly. There's not gonna be a contrast, and I would probably style that pretty close, but who cares? I got these so stinking cheap, and they're so beautiful. Okay. The last surprise that I did not show you in the store because, to be honest with you, it was like a very last minute, and this was kind of my splurge too. So I was just looking around, and I went looking up and down like the aisles of fall decor. I don't typically buy a bunch of fall decor, so it was kind of a long shot, but first of all, I found this beautiful plate, but it only came in like a salad plate size. And they were like a little pricey, so I was like, I can't justify that when I just got this, and like that would definitely be more seasonal. Anyway, but stunning. It's so vintage looking. Love the color. Anyway, I found that in the fall decor, so if you like it, I would go while the fall decor is on sale, and I would go grab them because they're stunning, and I was so close. But I was actually looking for like that gauzy table runner, and I just could not find it. I found it in so many other colors except a color that would work for this space. But that's what I was looking for, to kind of layer on top. And so I went down the fall decor to see if maybe they had one, because my colors are kind of fall colors. Like I was sure I could find like a brown or a linen or something. I didn't. But what I found was this stunning cup. It's glass. It's made to look like the vintage ones. They had it in both brown and green, and I was torn, and I went with the brown for a couple of reasons. One being that the green was just this much too light of a green, and I thought it would come off a little bit more summery, and if I'm going to incorporate a green, it really needs to be like olive. And so everything else I have is this like brown color. And two, and I didn't realize it, but it actually matches part of the glass that is on our chandelier. So this is just, oh, it's just stunning. And I have been looking at these forever inside of antique malls and things, and I could probably find it cheaper inside there. But to be honest with you, as much as I love thrifting, as much as I love using like old stuff, I have always been a little weirded out by using old glassware. As pretty as it is, that's something I have never ever used, is old glassware from vintage places. I usually just use it for decor instead of using it. It's just because I just don't know what's in it, and there's just something weird to me about drinking out of it. And so to be able to find a really great recreation in a color that I need, so I got 8 of these. I'm so excited. I'm probably going to drink out of this all the time. They were a little pricey, and that's why I said it was my splurge. So they were $9 a piece, but they were 40% off with the fall stuff. So that made them around $5 a piece. So I kind of spent like way too much on a set of 8 of these, but I just love that I'm gonna have a set of glasses for people now, and it's gonna look so good with the rest of my stuff. And yeah, it just makes me feel a lot better about the table in general. So that's my haul for the dining room. In total, I spent $150. It felt like a lot when I was spending it, but I went back and kind of thought about it, and for $150, I got 8 napkins, 8 placemats, a giant linen tablecloth, 8 glasses, and 8 sets of bowls, plates, and dinner plates. I feel like that's a lot, and I feel like that's a pretty good deal for that, and for them to be like glass stoneware, not plastic sets or anything. It's linen. Like, I just felt like, even though I didn't intend to purchase a bunch of decor, I feel like that was a really great find. I don't know, and I just hope it makes me feel better about this space. So that's where we're gonna leave it. As far as the table goes, we're just gonna do the best we can and dress it up and make it work until, you know, maybe further down the line I have a new idea. But for now, we're gonna use this stuff to make the table we have work. And it's not what I intended at all for the table, for this dining room, or for this video. Like, I really wanted to show you a DIY project, and that's just not what happened this time. And I still feel really bad about it. I hate to think that I disappointed you guys, and like, I'm so disappointed in myself, and like, I'm disappointed in this project, and like, I don't know. This is just not what I had planned. I think it's gonna be okay, and I'm still really excited to show you the full dining room reveal, but yeah, I just feel terrible. And I know that you guys are gonna be incredible and so encouraging and so nice about it and so sweet, and I still feel terrible about it. And so I just hope that you guys forgive me, and that you're still so excited for the reveal of this dining room, which is coming next week. I'm gonna put it all together and finally show you this space completed for now, and I'm just so excited to share that with you. And I hope that you're still excited to see it, even though we've had a slight change of plans. So I love you guys, and I will see you next week for the big reveal. Bye guys.